Okay, now we are going to look at how to read a water meter. This is a water meter, um, a digital smart version, and this is another one. All right, it's another version of the meter. So let's start with this. If you look at the meter very carefully, you'll find um, you'll find um, dials. Okay, you'll find dials. If you look at here, you're going to see this is the main dial in m raised to power 3, which is cubic meter. They're going to find four other smaller dials in there, right? Those smaller dials are the sub readings. So before you find out that when you run this meter, all of these dials will be rotating, starting from the lowest, that is the one with four decimal place, 0.001, will be rotating faster than the second here, and this one will be rotating faster than the second here, and this one will be rotating faster than the other one there, followed by this one. So it takes more turns of this to give you this, and more turns of this one to give you this, and more turns of this one to give you this. And all of this will sum up to give you what you have here. All right? So this is calibrated in cubic meter. There are other meters that you may see that may be calibrated in cubic feet and so on, but this is calibrated in cubic meter. Now let's go. Starting with this, you can see that this first one, assuming I want to take my reading here, let's say now the the red dial there, as you can see, the pointer is pointing to say 1. So my reading here will be 1 times 0.1 for this one. Then the second will be, assuming it's giving me 2, it will be 2 times 0.02. Assuming the third dial here is giving me, let's say I'm getting 9 here, it should be 9 times 0.003. Then this one, assuming this gives me 6, it will be 6 times 0.001, up to that 4 decimal places. Now you now see that when I've multiplied this, say 0.01 times 1, and I do again here, say 2 times 0.02, I get the result. And I come here, I say 7 times 0.003, I get the result. And I come to the last one and I say, let's say the reading there is 8.5. I'll say 8.5 times 0.001. All right. And I get all of those results and I'll add them up. So first you start by multiplying the reading here, where the pointer is pointing, by the decimal point that it is multiplied. If you look deeply, you're going to see where the multiplication is happening. So now you multiply that and you get the result. Multiply the same one, you get the result, and you sum all of them up. That means you've got that. Then you go to the main reading. What do you have there? You check, like this is in between 1 and 2 here, as you can see, right? Now you need to use your discretion and check. If it's not completely 2, because this is digital reading, you check if it's between 2 to 1. So you could be 1.5 or 1.56. Then when you've got this, assuming this is 2 now, it will be 2 plus the result of what you got in the 4 smaller dials. So this is how it is done. It is similar to what you have here, right? It's similar to what you have here. And that is how you read your meter. And after reading, let's say I got, from my reading, I got 5 cubic meter from the reading, right? And maybe the public water supply or the estate water supply is supplying, say, 1,000 a cubic meter. That is a cubic meter of water. If it is sold for 1,000, right? Which is, of course, the cubic meter of water is 1,000 liters. Assuming 1,000 liters is sold for 1,000, it means that a liter is just, it means that if I multiply the reading I've got, assuming I've got 5 liters here, sorry, 5 cubic meters here, I'll multiply it by the amount that each cubic meter is sold for. So if I have 5 cubic meter for my meter reading, that means the customer should pay 5 multiplied by 1,000. And if there are VAT inclusive, you can add it there, assuming you didn't consider VAT and other charges before you program your meter, right? You include it and then you add it up. That means if the customer consumed 5 cubic meter in a month or week, depending on how your billing runs, then it should be 5 multiplied by 1,000, and that will be 5,000 naira as the charge for the customer. So the customer will pay a water bill of 5,000 naira, right? So this is one of the simplest ways to do this. And you can see that the meter comes with some security gadgets. Like here, this is anti-tamper. You shouldn't, if any customer tampers with this, the person should be held responsible. This meter too is adapted to use card, all right? But I'm just showing that sometimes this can be programmed, and then if it's programmed, you don't really need to pay to the public supply. You don't need to pay to them by cash or whatever. You could actually be programmed, and then you can actually use your card to recharge. And when of course your unit finishes, this meter will automatically shut down, automatically close. That is how it works, right? Now, of course, if you are installing this meter, there's a direction to this. You can see an arrow here, which is the direction of flow. There's an arrow here that showing direction of flow. So if you install it the other way around, you're going to have an issue. In fact, the flow will be on the reverse, and it won't even flow because there's a non-return valve internally installed inside the meter. All right, so this is how basic way of reading your water meter.